Hey everybody, welcome back. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's been forever since I've been on here. Oh my gosh. I hope all of you are well. Actually, I can't figure out my head. There we go. So thanks for joining everybody. Welcome to the live stream on Sunday. And wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, any questions, anything that you want to talk about today, just post it in the comments below, and we will bring them all up, and we'll talk about them. KK is here. Hey KK, how are you? Good to have you here. What's the weather like where you are right now? Henrik, how are you, my friend? Good to see you here. Cindy, good to see you as well. Yeah, we're getting everyone from all over. Guddles, how are you, man? Good to have you here from South Africa. Man, it has been, I feel like, honestly, I was looking back on when the last time I was live, and I was live in my car when I was meeting up with my clients. And I think that's I think it's like a month ago. It feels like it's a month ago. Anyways, time goes by really, really fast. And yeah, it's been a little crazy journey. Hey, lovely 72 Fahrenheit, KK is saying. You know what? Do you guys want to know what the temperature is like where I am? Well, let me show you. It is sunny, and it is 10 degrees Celsius, which is 50 Fahrenheit. So I'll take it. I'm happy. It's nice and warm for this time of season. And a couple of weeks ago, believe it or not, it was actually warmer than that. It was like 20 Celsius. So I'm just grateful that we've got some nice weather going on. And we did some gardening yesterday, which is always fun. I always find, when you do gardening, there's like, you got to move to, I don't know what it is, but I don't like moving trees. They're just, you got to dig the roots up, and you got to dig around. And anyways, my wife is amazing. She is like a workhorse when it comes to gardening. She needed some help, so I gave her some help in the garden yesterday, and we were able to move some ornamental grasses. She was able to move a tree with my daughter, and she got it all looking really nice, and I'm quite grateful for that, because I tell you, she's a hard worker. I tell you, I don't know how females do it, but you seem to do it all. What else we have? Who else is in the house? Clan, how are you? Good to have you here. Nigel is here. Running Fred is here. Cindy is here. Welcome, all of you guys. Holy Toledo. So, did you miss me? I missed you all. So clearly you guys have, because you're all here, and I am grateful for that. So thank you for all showing up. My goodness, I got to get used to my software program. It's like, how did I do it all before? Henrik, hey David, I have an ultra I have an ultra, and it's the 1st of May, 60 kilometers with 1,250 meters of elevation gain. I've been doing 60 kilometers to 160 kilometer weeks since December. Do you think I'm ready for the ultra? Yeah, I think you're ready. I think you're good. I think you should be golden. I think, honestly, if you've been, and again, I don't know where your fitness is, and I'm not too sure about, the background, but the one thing that I know, 60 kilometers is just a little bit more than a marathon and a half. Actually, it's about a marathon and a half. So you can do it. Absolutely. I think you're totally ready, right? I mean, honestly, and the thing is you're going to complete it. It's just a matter of what time you're going to complete it in. And at the end of the day is, do you want to PR? If it's the first time you're doing it, you're going to PR with whatever time you do. And if you're just running it for the sake of running, just enjoy. It's a great experience to get out there and do that kind of distance. I always feel pretty epic when I run those longer distances. The endorphins go crazy, and I'm in my happy place. So yeah, I honestly think you should be good and ready to go. Out of Cuddles. Hello from South Africa. Welcome back. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All is good in the house. KK, lovely 72 Fahrenheit. Clan, hello, Dave. Nigel is here in the house. Running Fred. Hey, everyone. Dave, good to see you smiling. I'm about to eat, so I'll watch later. Ran a half marathon in zone 2 this morning. Fasted for 16 hours. Not eaten in 22 hours now. Awesome. Good for you, man. Hey, listen, sorry about the timing on videos, because I tell you, ever since we had our time change, it's really kind of thrown me for a loop. So, I mean, yes, it's 1 o'clock here in Toronto, but I know elsewhere in the world, it's obviously we're different times and stuff. So I'm always trying to figure out what time it is in different places, and so I apologize that if I'm kind of doing this at dinner time. Obviously it's not ideal, and I never want to interfere with family time and dinner and supper and all that kind of jazz. So I apologize for that. I'll try to figure out see if I can go back to a 2 o'clock time, which would be 7 your time over in the UK, I believe. Cindy says, we missed you too, Dave, and have similar temperature in Plymouth today. Nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. KK is saying, moving to Connecticut in 2 weeks. Wow, no way, really? So it's goodbye to 37 years. Wow, really? So is the move, is it a good move for you to be doing? This is awesome. I think that's so cool. Julia says, hey, Dave, missed you. Yeah, I missed you guys too. Like I said, it does feel nice to be back, and it feels good to be in a better headspace than I have been. It's been a little bit of a struggle. And I always tell you guys, I put it out there, and I'm very transparent. Things have been rough, but they are getting better day by day. And the more that I kind of take time for myself and work my way back up into being able to open the door and go run, I'm better in the head. I'm better physically, better emotionally, and things have been really busy with work, right? So a lot of time has been spent working with clients. And when I work with clients, I also put all of my energy, I give my clients everything I got. And I need to make sure that I can have that time to kind of bring my energy back up again. And because I haven't been running, I haven't had that opportunity to really to kind of fill my cup up, basically. So it's been really, really struggling on that side to kind of bring it back up. But things are getting better. I'm figuring it out. And yes, it's still busy. Yes, it's still busy. However, now that I'm got the go ahead to run, I'm ready. But the problem right now is my body's not ready to run, right? Like with so much time off, my aerobic base has kind of come down a bit. And so today, and I'm going to talk about this on the video next week, but I was struggling today. It was really, really hard because I wanted to get out for a run, but I couldn't because my heart was, yes, I could have run. I could have really run fast and whatever, run my definition of fast. However, my heart rate would have been through the roof, and I didn't want to do that. So I had to kind of, leave the ego, put it away, and just say, look, it's not a run day today. Today is a walk day, and we're going to do a speed walk. And I did a speed walk, and my heart rate was up to my math number. And so I kind of stuck with it, and that's what I did. And I had to be okay with that, because if I'm not okay with it, then I'm going to be fighting, right? It's always going to be this. And I don't want that to happen. So I have to just relax, and know that I'm going to come back even stronger as the season goes along. And that's kind of what I was battling today. It was really, really rough, but I kind of talked through it. And I was just grateful to be able to be out there. It was a beautiful morning. I was quiet. I was able to get out there and do what it is I needed to do for my mental health, and it felt epic. So, anyways, today was a struggle. Today definitely was not easy. Cuddles is saying 73 Fahrenheit. Wow, that is awesome. Look at you guys all around the world, nice and warm. Conrad, how are things in Dresden? Nice to see all of us back. Absolutely. Like I said, sorry about a little bit of the disappearance. It just got really hard to be able to film because in the last month and a bit, so I've been showing clients properties, and Sundays are a busy day for that, for real estate. And being out there, yes, there's opportunities that I can have to do a live stream, but they never really appear. Like I could never really line it up because I didn't have a break in between. It was like constantly going to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's fine. It's just I couldn't find the opportunity to get in there. So sometimes it's a challenge. Little Rocky Mountain Runner, hello from Alberta. Welcome. Nice to have you here, fellow Canadian. Look at that. Nigel says, Dave, been MAF for 7 weeks now and have seen only minimal improvements to time. Heart rate still spikes the same points when I run, and I have to walk to get it back in the zone. Is this normal after about 2 months? Yeah, absolutely. Every day is going to be different. Every day is a different challenge. Just again, I see some major issues when eating. Like if I have more carbohydrates in my diet, I definitely see my heart rate spiking. Like I see it go higher. Absolutely. So being plant-based, there's a challenge to eat low carb, which you can, but it's a little bit of a challenge. But I'm okay with that. It takes time to build that base. Now, again, it just depends on how consistent you are, Nigel. Like if you're going out every day or every second day or whatever it is, and you're getting like, let's say, again, for me, it's 8 hours is a sweet spot, right? 8 to 12. That's what I always like to, when I'm in peak training, that's where I like to be because I find that I get a lot of improvement when I'm in that, and consistency. So for me, if I am a consistent runner, I will see consistent results, okay? Provided that I'm doing all the other things I need to do. Because temperature, major difference. What you eat has a huge impact. How many hours of sleep you're getting, how much stress you're under, and it fluctuates from day to day. And that's the challenge, right? That is a challenge. So one of the things that you can also look at, I don't know if your watch does it or not, but I can run by power. That's another way that I can look at things. And I started to look at power just before I got injured. And so what I'm saying is give yourself the time and the space. Some people need more time than others. Sometimes people see results within weeks. Other times it's months. And again, it just all depends. So if you're running for your health, then you're doing a great job. If you're running to PR in a race and you need to change things up, then yeah, you may have to do that. But base building, you can't go wrong with it. It's a good thing. And I don't know, everyone is different. So just be patient with yourself. And when you're thinking about training this way, document it, right? Like, what are you eating? Document what you're eating on a daily basis. It just takes minutes to do. It's not hard. You can put down exactly how many kilometers or miles you're running, how the time on feet is important, what the temperature is, how much humidity is in the air, is it sunny, all that kind of stuff. And I find that if you have that journal and you have that information in there, you can go back, right? And you can actually see what's been impacting you with regards to your running. And it's a good way to gauge. That's what I do. And it works out really, really well. So hopefully that helps. Yes, I'm moving to live closer with my younger daughter-in-law and second youngest grandchild. That's awesome. It's always nice to be close to family, right? So kudos for you. That is awesome news. Thanks. I've been watching and doing math for a short time and improving big time. So, Nigel, see what I mean? Like, TikTok is experiencing improvements, but again, you can't compare yourself to somebody else. You have to be able to just take it as yourself and nobody else, right? Because again, that person is not you and you're not that person, right? They may have been doing different age, location of where they live, if they're around hills, if they're on the flats, everything has an impact when it comes to this. But just know this: the more that you train at your aerobic base, like in your MAF number, right? The more that you train there, the better off you're going to be. And if that means you're walking and your number is hitting that zone, then that's what it is. If you're running and you're hitting it, then that's what it is. So you just got to look at it and say, okay, I'm okay as long as my heart rate gets there. However it gets there, it gets there. You're working on that. Okay. So whether you're running, whether you're run walking, whether you're shuffling, whether you're crawling. And honestly, today I thought I was going to have to crawl because I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It was one of those mornings. So for sure. Nigel says, Dave, we do about 5-6 hours per week, 30-40 kilometers per week. We sleep well, zero stress. I run spreadsheets which help. Okay, cool. That's awesome. How long have you been a runner? Like years. And again, have you only been doing base building for like the last 2 months? Do you have a lot of hills in your neighborhood? And all that other jazz, right, that I just talked about. Like I said, there's definitely some things to think about when you're training this way. So yeah, it's interesting. So I got a question for all of you guys. What have you learned since we last spoke, right? What have you learned in your Maffetone training that you want to share with everybody? Because I think we all have these experiences that we have. And sometimes we have breakthroughs. Sometimes we have disappointments. Sometimes we just give up, right? And I would love for if anybody wants to share any of those heartbreaks, whether they're celebrations, because we're all doing these things in our training. And it's, we're training of one. Like we're one person. We're out there training day in, day out, a couple of times a week, or in my case, sporadically right now. So we all have our things, right? So I just think it's important to be able to look at that and say, hey, what can I share with somebody else, and what can I help with somebody, right? There was something else that I wanted to bring up. I follow a lot of different YouTubers, right? And they're not just running. Like I follow something called van life, where people convert their Sprinter vans or their Ford vans or whatever it is, and they turn it into like a camper, right? And so they live in this van and they travel the world. And I think it's phenomenal. It's a pretty cool thing to do. And there's a big YouTuber here. There's a couple, Eamon and Beck, and they are from Toronto. And then there's another couple, which was Max and Lee. And then you got the van wives, Crystal and Jess, and they're all kind of connected because Crystal and Jess, they're from Barrie, Ontario, and we've got another one. So Max is from Australia, and Lee was from Barrie. And I want to share this with you because I think it's important, and it has nothing to do with running. And if you're watching this and you want to tune out, by all means. But what I'm about to say is I think it's really important in our day and age right now. And I think, I've got a platform here where I'm able to talk to people. And we're all different ages. We come from all different parts of the world. And we all watch people on YouTube. I feel like I am connected with all of you guys, right? I feel like, I read the comments and I'm like, wow, that's really awesome. That's really great for Nigel. That's great for Cindy. It's great for Karen, and it's great for a Little Rock mountain runner, right? It's good for everybody. And I feel connected. And I was connected when I watched Lee and Max, and then they broke up, right? They moved on. They're younger than I am, obviously, but then they kind of went their own ways. And what's really, really sad is Lee McMillan committed. She's not here anymore. She is now passed on. And mental health was a big struggle for her. And the reason I'm saying this when I'm trying not to tear up is because when you have a 28-year-old who doesn't think that they are worth it, who doesn't think that they matter, that they don't matter in the world, that they can't contribute, that they just feel so sad, and the pain of being here is too much, and they think that it would be better if they were not here. I'm here to tell all of you guys that we got to treat people with kindness, right? Honesty, integrity, and care about those other people, because she's no longer here and her family is, I can't even imagine, distraught. Like, I can't even have the words to describe the feeling that they must be going through with the loss of their daughter. So from me to you, let's look at our friends and reach out to our friends and say, hey, I'm here. Maybe a phone call, maybe a FaceTime, maybe a drive-by and a wave, whatever you can do in our COVID world. I think it's really important that we're able to reach out to our friends and our neighbors and people. And if you're in the grocery store, instead of being frustrated checking out in the line or whatever it is, and then that poor person is under so much stress at the grocery store or wherever, there could be a small business. We just need to have the ability to care, to smile, say, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay. Or maybe that smile, you can't see it because of your mask, but let them know that you're smiling. Say, hey, I'm just so you know, I'm smiling right now. And I just want to give you a big virtual hug. Because in our day and age, we do need it. We do need it. We need to know that it's okay. And anytime that you see any negative comments online, because she was also cyberbullied on her channel, and there was a gentleman who was cyberbullying her. She asked him to stop. He didn't. He continued, and and I don't know. She was getting the help she needed, and it was really rough on her. And she had her friends, and she was very outspoken about what was going on in her life, and she talked about depression. And I think that's very courageous and very strong. And I just wanted to let everybody know that every day I try to be a better person, and I try to reach out and smile and be caring to others, because I think it's really important in our day and age, because our physical health, we're working on our physical health all the time, but our mental health, we have to look after that as well, because without it, we're nothing, right? And I'm sharing that honestly. I'm really it's emotional, because her family's 45 minutes away from where I am. She had it all. She had the whole YouTube channel done. She had everything, but she didn't see it, and she didn't know how to deal with it. I don't know whether I'm saying it right or not, but I just feel like I'm connected with people when I watch them on YouTube. I feel like I'm part of their lives. So what I'm trying to say is, hey, I value all of you. And if you are struggling, and if you're in that hard place, if you're in that scary place, if you know somebody that's in that place, be there for them, because they need it. They just need you to listen. They don't need you to solve any problems. They just need you to maybe sit with them, maybe a lawn chair away from them. And typically when people suffer from depression, they push people away. And that's what they try to do. They try to isolate themselves. And that's a challenge, trying to reach out to somebody who's going through that, because they're going to push you away. But what I can say is they need it more than you know. Okay? You're not there to solve a problem. You're there just to be a friend, and to create a safe space where they can vent, where you can just listen and take it and allow them that space, because it's rough right now. It's rough. We're having an epidemic of mental health problems. I know we are in Ontario, in Canada. So I'm just sharing that with you. And I know it had nothing to do with running. And I thank you all for listening for me as much as I've spoken, because it does mean a lot to me. And I'm always here for you guys. Whatever I can do to help. Okay. All right. Whew. Man, that was emotional. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. We got a few more people here. Hold on a sec. Okay, TikTok says, thanks. I've been watching and doing math for a short time, improving big time. Now, TikTok, how like, maybe don't tell me your age, but tell me your age group kind of like you're in, and what kind of environment you're in as well. That could be helpful. Let me go back on some of these. Nigel says, been running for years on and off, but serious running in the past 18 months. We have a lot of hills in our area, which makes it tough. Okay. So like I was saying, Nigel, there it is. That's probably what makes it harder is the hills that you're having to deal with. KK says, I have a daily habit list. One of my latest additions is to contact one friend daily and 2 to 3 family members daily. Awesome. Good for you. That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. Cuddles says, you're so right, David. Ben Parks also experienced negative comments online recently and didn't post videos for a while. It's important to care about one another. Absolutely it is. And we're just human beings, man. Like we're having this human experience, and there's going to be a lot of hate. Like there's a lot of email, there's a lot of posts or a lot of comments that have come up on people's channels, and how we deal with it shows our character. And for me, how I deal with negative comments is, obviously people are putting out negativity because they're going through some hard times, whatever that is, and they're trying to make themselves feel better, feel valid, see that they matter. And so any negative comments that come into my channel, I reply back with a positive tone to it to see if I can help them back. But the challenge for others is they may not have the tools necessary to be able to do what I do. So sometimes, they may just disappear and don't post anything for a while, or sometimes they will lash out. Whatever it is, we all try to answer them in our own way, or we just ignore them or block them. Because here on my channel, I don't want negative hate. That's not what I want. And so if somebody is constantly posting negative things, then they will be banned from the channel. They will be blocked, because this is a safe place. This is a place to help other people, not put people down, not to tear a strip off of somebody. This is a space that we create as a community, as myself. We're all in this, right? We're all in our different boats in the sea together, but we're all in this together, right? And that's what I look at when I try to help others and deal with these negative comments. But again, this is just the way I deal with it. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can take it and then reply back. Sometimes people take it too much, and the personality, it hurts them so much that they're so empathetic, they don't know how to deal with it. We all do things differently, right? So it's pretty rough. All right, hold on a second. We've got lots here. Dennis. Hey, Dennis, how are you, man? Good to have you here, man. Hopefully you got out for your ride. I was messing. Dennis doesn't live too far away from me, so we were chatting while I was out for my for my walk. Oops, where are we here? Julie says, math is great for increasing distance. Runners, me included, make the mistake of increasing distance and speed at the same time. Do one another. Yeah, exactly. I've had that happen, right? So as the intensity goes up, the distance gets lowered. And sometimes we forget that as runners. So I'm with you on that, Julie. Conrad says, hey, great advice against social isolation. Go through one's contact list from A to Z and phone one of them each day. It's astonishing how excited people often are, even long forgotten ex-colleagues. Very cool. See, yeah, it's amazing, right? If we just, because to me, I don't know about you guys, but and I'm sure you all feel the same way. But without our friends, what do we got? Friends, family. Without it, really, I'd give up everything for my friends and my family, right? Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, without it, we don't really have. I mean, going for runs. Like I tell you, like I was out for a run. When did I? Oh, I guess it's the video that posted today. So when I was out for my run the other day, it was I had people, a couple of people go, "Are you like doing anything for the news?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing anything for the news. I'm just a YouTuber." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." And I said, "Well, hey, you can create your own channel too, right?" And they were like, "Oh, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be too out in the public." And I'm like, "Oh, whatever. Everyone does what they want, what they can do, right?" Um, but anyways, it's cool. We all have to reach out in our own way to kind of create that environment that we can thrive, right? And how we deal with things, because we're all dealing with things in different ways, right? Cindy says, I have gotten back into running and have been keeping a journal, which is awesome. But I will add diet to now. Very cool. Diet is very important to be able to show what the heck we're all eating, right? Looking back, you'll be able to see correlations to your training. We need to all be kinder to each other. We are all YouTube family. Be a kind human. Absolutely, Cindy. Thank you for that. That was very, very kind of you. Tic Tac says, late 40s here, long-term athlete, but had a year off. Healthcare worker and had this little thing going on. So working my way back. Good for you. That's awesome. Keep at it, because you're going to start, you're seeing the results, right? So obviously, see, here's the thing. If you've been a long-term athlete, you've built up some sort of a base. So to be able to kind of come back, you will probably see your improvement more so than somebody that has been off for a while. But again, it all comes down to the environment that you're in. If you got hills, trust me, it's harder with the hills. KK, thanks, Conrad. Help others and me too. Yeah, absolutely. KK, we all just need to reach out to our family and friends. Located in chilly New England. No way. I'd love to go to New England. That would be so cool. One day, guys, one day, when I am able to financially and I have the time, I think it would be so flippin' awesome to do a trip for like 6 months and literally go from place to place to place to place where all of you guys are and do meetups and go for runs. I think that would be epic. One day, let's hope. I think that would be really cool. Omar, hi Dave, from Pakistan. I started MAF training last week of December 2020. So far improved from 10 kilometer in my MAF range, 133 to 138 to 815. Woohoo, baby, that's awesome. Good for you. It's cool, eh? It's cool when you start seeing the results, right? Because when you start off, you're like, oh my gosh, I am so slow. But in time, in consistency, and all of those other things I've talked about in the past, and then you see the result, and then it's like, wow, boom, there it is, right? That's really, really cool. Love to see that. Lately, MAF has gone back to around 9 minutes as I am running at around 5:40 p.m. just before breakfast. Do you think 15-hour fast would have an impact on heart rate, or could be the temperatures? Temperatures, man. 35 Celsius, it's temperature. Absolutely. Last year, it was 35 Celsius, and I was running, and then I literally had to stop. Like, I couldn't run anymore. My heart rate was so high. And I did a video on that, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it may have been a day in the life. I don't know. You'll have to go back, or maybe I'll post it in the results or in the comments section. But there was a video I did. It was flipping hot. It was insanely hot, and I just struggled the whole entire time. So yes, the big thing is temperature. right? 15-hour fast, that's fine. Like I do 15-hour fast, I do 16. I've done 18-hour fasts. I've done 7-day water fasts. Now, if you're going to do a water fast, you will see your heart rate go up and your pace will drop. That's just what happens when you're doing a full out fast. But in time, you will start seeing improvements again as you continue to train. And again, I did videos on that as well last year. I did a video on that. So it's very, very, very cool to experiment to see where things are at. But definitely temperature is going to be impacting you for sure. Cindy, looking forward to Dave on World Tour meetups. Yay. That'd be awesome. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, it would be so flipping cool. I just think that would be awesome. Kickman, how are you? Thumbs up. Where are you from? So what else is happening, guys? What else is going on in your world? I know I've just been dominating the conversation here, but here, let's see what other questions I had that came up here. Hold on. Comment on a second. Where am I? No, not there. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Where are we? Post your question. Yeah, we already talked that. Think how your training is going. This is the one. Okay. What improves my running the most? This was a question that a friend of mine asked me the other day. And I'm going to tell you what I find that improves you running the most is being consistent, right? So if you're consistent in your running, then you'll be consistent in your results. However, there are those other factors that you can't control, right? Like temperature, right? You can control what you eat. You can control how many hours you sleep. Weather you can't control. That's just one thing you can't. You can control your stress. You can control those things, right? But temperature-wise, that hands off, man. Not much you can do about that. However, if you are consistent in your running, you will see results. If you get that time up, time on feet is super important. As you ramp that up, and you stay true, and you continuously do this, it's like anything, right? It's like anything. It's like if you're at work, you're going to get really good at something the more that you do it. It's exactly the same thing with running and exactly the same thing with heart rate training. You will see results, but you got to put in the time that it's going to take to get the results. But you have to be consistent at it. That's just it. Not much more you can say about it, but that's really what it comes down to. But yeah, that's just the way that that rolls. Okay, where are we here? Let me get rid of that. Let's go back over here. Just getting used to this program again, guys. Little Rocky Mountain Runner. Math training has brought my love of running back. Training hard and fast left me burned out and tired. Man, that's like a page out of my book. That's exactly what I was experiencing, right? That's what brought me to this method. And there was a couple of other YouTubers that had done this before, and I thought, wow, you know what? That's kind of cool. You know, maybe I could kind of dive into this. And you know, I'm like, it's time to document it, and that's what I've done. I've just basically documented the journey, my struggles, my successes, the things that go wrong, you know, ultra marathons, you know, and everything. And I just try to bring that to all you guys to help in your training, to help guide you, just like others had guided me. And it's just one big community, right? It's really cool. So yeah, it's, you know, I remember running my very, very last run before I started math. And I'm like, man, I'm running so fast. This is epic, blah, blah, blah. I look back, I'm like, I wasn't going fast at all. Like, it was awful. It wasn't that good. And it wasn't until I started math that I started to see, wow, okay, I'm actually running faster than I was then. And my heart rate is like so low compared to what it was. So I'm like, yeah, it just works, right? Yeah, is it going to work? It's going to work differently for everybody, but it does work. So yeah, so absolutely. What else is going on, guys? What else can we talk about here? All right. Well, I guess, yeah, let's talk about this. Next week, I'm sitting down and actually putting together my plan for how I want my training to look like. So I'll document it and I'll show you what I'm doing, and we'll go through that process. And I think what I'm going to do is I will and I think I'm just working this out in my head. But I think if you guys are interested, give me a thumbs up, give me a like on the video, give me a thumbs up, uh, comment, and let me know if this makes sense for you guys. Would you like to see a train like my process of creating my training plan and then executing the training plan and talking about a weekly training update on a Thursday? Would you like that? Because if you would, I mean, I'll go ahead and I'll put it together and I can do that. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be talking about heart rate training and long runs and all those other things I do for my Sunday ones, but I'm just trying to think about whether or not I'm going to put together more of like a training weekly training update, kind of how things are going, to help you guys, to help inspire you guys to get out and do what you guys need to do, or whatever it is, right? However I can help. I don't know if that would be good or not, but KK apparently says yes. That's awesome. Thanks, KK. Appreciate it. Hey guys, and just so you know, there's also this thing called channel membership. So if you're thinking about wanting to support the channel, you can click on the join on my channel and become a member, and you get little perks and you get all kinds of little things next to your name. You can use these custom emojis that I created. You can't get those emojis anywhere because I just created them. My daughter and I created those emojis. And but yeah, anyways, that's just another way that if you wanted, certainly do that. You don't have to, but anyways, that's just another way to support the channel. And I'm saying it before Fred says it, because Fred said it last time, plug it. I'm kind of modest when it comes to that. So, but I just thought I'd mention it because I know he's going to say something. Training program. All right. Sounds good, Cindy. All right. Okay. You guys seem like you want this. All right. So looks like double thumbs. All right, that sounds like an idea. I can certainly do that. Kate, yes. All right. That's cool. I will certainly. Wow, look at you guys. This is awesome. They just keep coming in. All right. So it looks like I'm going to put together a plan. I'll do that, and I'll show you how it all looks. Nigel says, I think that would be great. Actually, would really like to see you running, how you shuffle, stop and starts. I know we're all different, but watching you actually running would be cool. Okay, so there is a video, Nigel, and again, you probably have to go back, but I think it's a video I did last summer on my shuffling. I think how I shuffled my way, something like that. I may have to post it in the description, and you can see it there. But yeah, you know what? Absolutely, I'll have to put something together when if I can string together. Otherwise I'm just walking right now. But if I can string together a long enough time of me running so I can film it, then I'll certainly do it for you. Absolutely, there's no doubt. But yeah, there'll be stops and starts, right? I think today's video, because I was doing some filming today for next week and trying to be proactive here. So today's run I documented, and I think this one could help you, and you could actually see it because it's very interesting, I find. Anyways, Art, hey man, good to have you here. Been running only 20 miles a week at Maff, but recently I've added speed work, and my heart rate has gone on my Maff runs. Has it gone up? Has it gone down? Not too sure. All right, let me know whether it went up or did it go down. Sometimes when you plateau, like if you've been running and you're running and you're in this, and then all of a sudden you're not seeing any more results, it's kind of like plateauing. Then what you can do is you can always add in some speed work. Do that for about a month, do some 80-20. After 80-20, come back, continue to base build, and hopefully that will have kind of kickstarted things up and you can start seeing more results. I found that worked out well for me. And but yeah, so anyways, I've done that, and it seems like it had worked. I did that last August. Yeah, I did that last August. It was interesting watching how that works and what happens. Oh, hold on a second. There's Art. Sorry, gone down. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, been running only 20 miles a week at my MAF, but recently I have added speed work and my heart rate has gone down on my MAF runs. There you go. So sometimes when you add in that speed, sometimes it's like a Kickstarter, right? It gets things moving. It helps with your cadence too, because I did that video, I think it was last week when I was running, and my cadence, it had really, really slowed. Or my cadence is slow, obviously, or slow when I walk. But I found that I didn't have that leg speed. Like I didn't have the fast twitch type fibers. I mean, all that had kind of gone away. So it takes about 4 to 6 weeks I find for myself to kind of get my legs back in running speed. But that's something that you can always add in at a later point in time. Conrad says, check out Polar's free training program. Looks like a polarized MAF training with 20% speed. Yeah, I was looking at that a little while ago. And when I created my MAF training plan, that's what I created at the beginning when I wanted to go for my half marathon. But I'm going to build based on that. I'm going to continue to kind of see where I can stretch that to, because as you all know, maybe you don't all know, but I do want to run a 100-mile race. There's no doubt that that's going to happen. But to make that happen, there's certain things that I'm going to have in place. And one of them is I'm going to have to start focusing a little bit more on my strength. I've been doing all of my stretching. I'll tell you, I'm in good shape now when it comes to that. Like I am super impressed with myself, with where I am. Got no problem with that now. So hamstrings, quads, foam rolling, non-issue. Like it's like a piece of cake now. It wasn't before, but now it's good. I'm in a good place with that. So Clan says, I find that running slow is a great way to practice for your running form. Yeah, I've also found that too, because I went from a heel striker to a forefoot runner, and now it's awesome. So I run in 0 drop shoes, and those are my Ultras, my Ultra Torrens. And we'll see what happens with Ultra this year to see what they're going to release, because maybe I'll pick up a couple of new shoes and I'll do a shoe review on them. That would be kind of cool. But I will try that out and see how that plays out. Cindy says, totally agree about the improved running form. Yes, absolutely, because you're not overstriding. We overstride when we are running fast. So if we know what a forefoot strike feels like, slowly working our way up into the faster speed, we can let that translate. However, there's a caveat with this. Okay? You need to make sure that you're flexible. Not too flexible, right? Not like all in one end, but not all the way at the other. You need to have that good zone of your flexibility, because you need to be able to get your knee up, right? I can't even show you, but you know what I mean. You see any of those guys running, and they got a high knee and a kickoff, right? So their foot comes back, they hit their butt and it comes up high, and the knees are going out, and you're like falling forward. Yeah, it has to translate into that. Otherwise, the only thing you're doing is landing on your heel. So be very careful, because that will add more injuries. And the older you get, the longer it takes you to recover from an injury. Now, I'm plant-based. My recovery is pretty good compared to what I know some of my friends are. So that being said, you can still get injured. So be careful. Be careful with that. I just say it because I've been there, and I don't want that to happen to anybody else, especially if you're just starting out or you're coming back from an injury. See, the thing is being stuck in that injury box is like the worst, because it's like this perpetual cycle, right? Where you finally get healthy again, you start training, and then you get injured again. And then you got to repeat the cycle over and over and over again. It's like, is this ever going to end? but it is what it is. Oh man, it feels good to be back on here, guys. Loving this. Shorter stride, higher cadence. Absolutely. It's just like this, man. It's just like this. That's what I find. It works out really good just to be able to do little baby steps, right? Baby step, baby step, baby step. And I said this many times too on some of my other videos where that's in my head. I have to say that, like baby step, baby step, baby step. In my head, I'm saying it over and over and over again, and I'm able to keep it, like keep running at that pace. But right now, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like I didn't eat so well yesterday, and it translated into not being able to run today, which translated to me being in my head going, I should be able to do this. I have a lot of base under me. I should have no problem. But the body's going to do what the body's going to do. You just gotta roll with it. That's what it comes down to. So what else is going on? What do you guys want to talk about? I got another 8 minutes or 9 minutes that we can talk, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So 9 minutes to go, or actually 8 minutes, something like that. Whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, I'm here and we can do that. So let me give you a little bit of advice for real estate. How about we do that? Did you guys see today's video? Did you guys see the blue house? That blue house is awesome. Actually, I spoke to the owner a couple of years ago, and when he was building it, and I said, "Why did you build it right here?" He goes, "Well, why wouldn't I? There's a dam here. This is awesome." But yeah, the dam is great. You get the running water all the time. That's nice, but it's a constant noise. So I don't know how nice that would be just to hear that rushing water all day, every day. I don't know. I would probably go out of my mind if I kept hearing that. But and I'm only talking about this because and all you guys are listening to me, but you'd know what I'm talking about if you saw today's video. You'll know what I'm talking about. And guys, it was awful when I was talking. And I was doing that whole thing, like when I was on the picnic table, like on the bench. Oh my gosh, I was so grossed out. I couldn't believe that somebody didn't pick up their dog poop. Oh my gosh. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Some of these things, man, you don't really realize, like, because all of my videos are outside, all of them, right? I think I've had a couple where I filmed it inside, other than these live streams, but most of them are like, all of my videos are like outside. So I just, naturally that's where I'm going to be, and I'm doing my thing, and all of a sudden I look down and there's dog poop right where my face was. It's awful. Oh my gosh. What do we got here? Could talk about pizza. Don't get me started. Yeah, that's just another reference. Hey, I stayed away from it. I stayed away. It was hard, but I didn't go. I didn't have any. Oh my gosh, someone mentioned it and I ran by, and then I smelt it, and then I was like, oh, that was rough. Cuddles. Did you guys see Kachobi run this morning? I haven't. I'm gonna have to watch that. I wanted to. It just didn't happen. I was sleeping, then I got up and went for my walk, run, or whatever that is you want to call it. But yeah, I missed out on that. I'll have to take a look. Don't tell me how things went. Don't tell me, because I do want to watch. Sadly, we lose it 3 times faster than we acquire it. Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens, Art. But I don't know. It's crazy times. Runs like a donkey. What watch do you use? My Garmin got smashed today, so I'm looking for something different. Well, I use the Coros Apex, and I'll hold it up to the camera. There we go. Hold on a sec. There we go. That's the watch I use. Okay. There's a heart rate sensor on the back. That's the charger, right? So it's a good watch, right? I don't have any problem. It's pretty cool. It's pretty light. Now, you could get the Coros Apex, the Coros Pace. KK actually took my advice, and she picked it up, and she got the heart rate strap, the Polar H10. She paired it up. I did a video on how to do that. And the pace is great. The pace too, oh my gosh, it is probably the best watch for the best value. It's lightweight. It works like a workhorse, like crazy, and it's easy to operate. You may not get all the Garmin ecosystem, but it's all done on my phone, right? So I have the whole app here, and I'll actually show you. I have the whole app. Okay, I'll update this later. But basically, what do we got here? So yeah, so on your, whoops, you can see my backyard out there. But anyways, that's kind of what it looks like to see your runs. And then I click on it. It gives you kind of where you were running. And then you've got all the other metrics down below, right? Oops. Heart rate, stride. And if you click on one of those things, it will actually take you into, right? And then, oops, then it starts looking like, that, right? And then you can start clicking on it. It's pretty cool. Like I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty good ecosystem that they have. It may not look like Garmin, but they're working on a web version, so it may be worthwhile taking a look at. But yeah, I'm pretty good with it. I like it. So I'm looking at the Chorus Pace 2. Yes, go for it. Easy to read. My eyes are not too good without glasses. Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. If you use the Polar H10 strap and use ear pods, you don't even need a watch. Can set the voice to give you an update every 100 meters. That's pretty cool too, right? That's pretty cool. Or you can get, the Polar Beat, right? You can use the Polar Beat and it'll actually talk to you as well. It's cool. Like if you want all its data and statistics and all that kind of jazz, it's kind of neat. But I haven't tried just using my heart rate strap by itself. I haven't been able to do that. Or it's not that I haven't been able to, I've just never tried it, to be quite honest. But yeah, so that's something to consider. Nice watch though. Nice watch. I'd go for it. If I didn't have one, I'd certainly pick up one of these. But you can get them pretty cheap. I've got some Amazon links. Maybe I'll start putting that in the videos where you can, anytime that people have, like I have affiliate links where Amazon does like a kickback and shows, throws me some change if people actually buy through the links. I don't think we're new to talking about that, but that's something that I've thought about. But anyways, you can certainly do that. That would, yeah, you can do it. Did I sell you on it? I got the Chorus Pace 2, I think. Yay! There you go. That's awesome. It's a good watch. You'll be really happy. KK, if you're still watching, how do you like yours? Because I know that she got hers, but she really likes it. Okay, what else do we got here? Yeah. So anyways, that's a good watch to get. Just trying to think. My watch is still working. I only had one problem with this, and I had to get a replacement. They come with a 2-year warranty, and I had a replacement done a year in because the screen kind of started to melt. What started happening was the heart rate monitor stopped working, and then after the heart rate monitor stopped working, then I noticed that the screen started to go on the inside. So I basically did a quick little video, like a 5-second video to show what was going on, and I sent it to them, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, no problem. We'll send you a new one." And so I think about a week and a half later, a new one showed up, and my old one is sitting in the drawer and it won't turn on. So, but they're really good at making sure that they do the replacement and whatnot. So very cool. Good company. I have no problem with them. Really, really nice. And KK, she said she loves it. It's awesome. I like when people are, when I recommend something and people say that they're happy with it, it's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that, because I only recommend things that I've done, that I've used, that I've worked with, and I know how much I love mine. So when KK reached out and asked me, I suggested the same things. She got it and she's loving hers. Very easy to set up. She got the heart rate strap, connected and working as well. And yeah, so I hope you get yours, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we love our Coros watches. So, all right, guys. So what did we say that we wrap it up? We say goodbye and go off like I always say is, thank you very much for tuning in. Like I always say, get out and run. See you guys next week. Yes, I'm going to come next week. I'll talk to you guys then. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. See ya. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for supporting me. Really appreciate it. Take care.